So take me through the story behind Tukalime. So you come, you've leased a shamba somewhere in Kinangop. You start farming. Then what happens? What is the idea behind Tukalime?
So when we started farming in Kinangop, again, it's a means to an end at this point. Trying to figure out, you still don't know how big it could be or how, I was not sure. You're still applying for jobs, trying to figure out how is this thing all going to work out. Then, because you're posting on social media and stuff, my friends in the diaspora started seeing what we're doing. And the biggest question here was, we are also away. Our parents are here. And our parents, being the baby boomers, and were the ones who actually are custodians of the wealth. Right now, our parents, for me, my parents would have been 70s, pretty much. But when you work backwards, they're the guys who, in the 70s and 80s, made money to buy land and stuff like that. That's so 70s and 80s, meaning right after independence, when things were opening up and you could get a job, stuff like that. So custodians of the land and everything. And they're getting older. And my friends were like, we need a way where we can send money back home, but in a dignified way. So we want to be able to invest in the shambas that mom and dad are farming, and it gives them some sort of income. Because your mom and dad, even sending the money, they still are, you're still their kid. So even then they feel some kind of way asking for chums. But then also, these guys realize that their parents are farming not with a clear path. They don't even know it's profitable. Ni kuweka mahindi ama maharagwe na kuvuna. Lakini if you ask if they made money, they don't know. So my friends were like, could you expand your business or your systems? Please go take a look at my folks' shamba. Give us an idea what we can do. I'll pay you a little bit extra if you can just rusha macho. And that's where the idea of Tukalime came. And it was basically formed to be able to manage idle assets for the middle class or the people in the cities who have idle assets shags, and they have a little bit of disposable income, so they can buy the fertilizer and stuff, but they necessarily do not have the know-how to farm or have access to markets. So now, remember going back, like I was saying, in terms of the exposure, my parents knowingly or unknowingly exposed me to, I was able to have conversations or meet people who I could market produce to. The problem now was the produce, right? So when the idea was born in December 2015, Employee 001, I just worked, because I knew the one thing I didn't have was, I'm not an agronomist. I studied economics and finance. I did not do agronomy. So I went to Nairobi University Kabete campus, and my thing was to walk through the hallways, to look for the dean of agri, to be like, okay, the guys who graduated last year, who do you feel is a good guy that I can get on board? And that's how I got Employee 001. Actually, I met him in the corridors as I was asking for directions, the dean's office. It was just a cold call. And then he was like, why are you looking for the dean? And I was like, yeah, I'm starting this company and I need some help. I need some agricultural students. And he's like, I just graduated. Actually, he had come to, what's that thing when you finish shule and you're looking to that release form. He had come to Malizana with that stuff. And that became Employee 001. So we went to Kinangop because remember, I'm starting this business, but again, the imposter complex is big because of course you haven't done your 10,000 hours. So you don't know nothing. So we took an acre and divided it into 8s. And these 8s, I grew carrots, I grew potatoes, I grew beetroots, I grew courgettes. There's different things because also, not to even sell, just to see what's the process. And that's how we started.